I am recording this for the people who are not able to be here. So I will make this quick, just a bit of housekeeping. Dr. Simmons is kind of unavailable for the time being. So if you have anything ACOTE related or anything not ACOTE related, but you need to talk with her, you can you can email her, but CC myself and or Professor Osborne, because we'll probably be able to get to you sooner than she is right now. So that's first. So as you all know, ACOTE is here next week, and you all will be meeting with them on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, at 3:30.
You're on mute.
Thursday at 3:30. Am I still muted?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah. The your group, the level 2 fieldwork group, will meet with the accreditors alongside our alumni group at from 3:30 to 4:30. And I did send out the Zoom link, so you'll meet with them via Zoom. I don't know now. Let me clarify for everyone in this room. Is there anybody in this room that's planning to come on campus? Was anybody planning?
Are we supposed to come on campus?
I don't believe so, but I'm just asking, just to, since we're kind of clearing the air, I just want to make sure.
If we don't have to, I was going to because I thought we had to, but if we don't have to.
I don't believe you have to. I mean, I think the understanding from the ACOTE accreditors is that you're on field work for the most part. And again, for all of you, I will send a email to your clinical supervisors letting them know that as well. This time we started quicker, you just started your field work, and so you haven't had enough time. So I will tell them in the next 24 hours that we do have the accreditation meeting to allow you to have that time to be present. But yeah, I think realistically, because you're on level 2, the guesstimation is you're not going to be available, as well as even if you were, you'd have to commute. So don't worry about it. I just didn't know if Dr. Simmons had said that to any one of you. I didn't know if there was a discussion about coming on campus. So, but I did send the Zoom link, and if you can participate via Zoom, I thoroughly believe the ACOTE evaluators have that understanding. And again, the alumni group will primarily be, I don't believe anybody will be on site, so they will be all via Zoom as well. So unless Dr. Simmons says something different, that's fine as of, this discussion.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also under also thought that that's what the plan was, that you all would be all on Zoom. I mean, we would love to see your faces. We would love to see you in person, because I miss you already, but no, you don't need to be on campus. So really the highlights of what they're going to be asking you are, one, what are the highlights of our program? We just met with the current students, and, they're really looking at their current experience. How was it with the application process? How was it, why did you choose Trinity? So they certainly might ask you those questions, being on the other side of, not being a current student. They might ask you about student supports. They will probably ask the current students that, but they might also ask you, how were you supported while you were here while you were a student at Trinity? So if you're thinking about health and wellness, when we had Ms. Casamano come in and talk with you all last semester, and Dr. Laboon from Student Support Services. So, how did you use the library? Did you, how was your experiences with some of those? We don't anticipate them really being interested in it from your perspective, but on the other side of it, that you've been through Trinity, you're now on fieldwork. How did Trinity prepare you for fieldwork? And for you all to know that we are not going to be there. This is a completely confidential. It's just you and the accreditors. So it's an opportunity for you to really tell them what worked well, what didn't. The things that didn't work well, I hope we know about, because, based on the evaluations that you've given us and the conversations that we've had, I hope they're, that you were able to tell us those things that we should improve. For those of you who did fill out evaluations, did you see improvements based on your feedback? And we really want you to be honest, because like I said, it is confidential. So we really want you to be able to just tell them all of the things that you love and maybe don't love so much, and what worked and what didn't work, and how you could see Trinity growing as a program, and really highlighting maybe some assignments or some experiences, fieldwork experiences, faculty-led experiences that you really thought were valuable. So those would be some questions they'll probably ask you. They'll probably ask you questions about your progression through the program. So when you think about how you progress, that first maybe semester, definitely the first semester where you were starting to lay those down, those foundational knowledge, the foundational knowledge. And then as you moved into your second and third semester, you started to build on that and building your confidence and building your competence. And then when you got into 4 and 5, you're really starting to demonstrate some of that mastery of competence. So being able to kind of understand and describe how we scaffolded your activities and your experiences to build from that foundational knowledge up until you are now in fieldwork, and how Trinity prepared you to enter your fieldworks. Let's see. I think those will probably be the big key points that they might ask you. What do you think, Professor Osborne?
Yeah, I think those will probably be the key points. I know when we went through last in March with the OTAB program, those were similar questions, kind of like how is the information disseminated to you, also how, if there is a problem, because they like to ask that question, like if you did experience a problem, and obviously not everyone does, but if there was a problem experienced, how did the staff, faculty, or even the university help you or deal with it? So, like they know things go smooth, but they also want to know, like, when it doesn't go smooth, what is the process? I think for your group too, that because your group will also have the alumni, so it will probably be almost half and half. So that's less stressful because they're not going to just talk to you, just you as the level 2 fieldwork group, but they're also going to talk to the alumni, to see how their experience with the program, and now that they're outside of the program, that perspective. So that's good in that, they'll be spreading the questions around. But I think that's going to be generally like those questions. And obviously, all of you have just started fieldwork. So, they probably won't have questions for you about like any, questions based on you being like week 10 or week 11 or week 12, because you wouldn't have had the midterms. You don't have anything like that yet. But again, just like how well do you feel like you're prepared? Again, do you have like a communication line with your professors? And again, if there was anything that happened that was challenging, how was it dealt with, both with your fieldwork coordinator, and for your group, it probably would be looking back at level 1 and or the start of the level 2, and how was it dealt with. So I think that's generally what would be asked from you. And, again, probably just like processes. Do you feel like you have communicated with the staff, the academic fieldwork coordinator effectively, any updates that you receive from the staff, as well as any communication with, the fieldwork sites. So that's pretty much probably going to be the most of it.
So what questions do you all have for us? How to prepare? Anything burning?
Is there anything that we should be doing to prepare?
No, just be your glorious selves, and be, like I said, it's completely confidential. So just be open and honest and be your wonderful selves. And you know, as we went through the OTAB accreditation, the on-site people were wonderful. So they really are looking at they want to make sure that we stay accredited. So they're really looking, they're just warm and lovely, and they're OTs, so of course they're wonderful. But they just want to see how our processes are and how we can make them better.
Okay.
They will they'll since most of you will be / all of you will be on Zoom. That's a great question, Elijah. It will probably be like a free-for-all. They might ask specifically to somebody who's currently in fieldwork, somebody who's an active alum, those specific questions, but it's, you know, just holler out some answers. And you know how awkward it is being on Zoom and asking questions or answering questions. So just take the initiative to answer the questions. What else? Well, if you don't have any other questions, I won't keep you. But if anything does pop up and you do have a question, don't hesitate to just send us an email. Again, if it's anything specific for Dr. Simmons, make sure you CC one or the both of us on there, and we can get back to you a little bit quicker. And how's everyone enjoying field work?
Other than my schedule, I like mine.
Good, good, good. So, but I will send
Leah, how are you doing?
Did you say my name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. I'm actually loving it. So
Okay, good.
yeah.
Don't
And
sound
Elijah?
surprised. Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. I'm also really enjoying mine too. I'm surprised because I was nervous about hands, but I'm having a pretty good time.
Good, good,
Hey,
good.
great. And Anne, how are you doing? You're muted.
Hey, yeah, everything's going really well. And like, it's been surprising. I've noticed how much stuff that we learned that I'm like, hey, we've done this before. There really hasn't been a lot that I'm like, whoa, I've never been exposed to this. So it's been a good experience so far. It's a lot to take in just being at the site, but it's going well and I feel pretty well prepared. So it's been good.
Great. See, that's a great statement. Like that would be a perfect statement to give to them, something like that. Yeah. And again, remember, just as Dr. White said, they're OT. So like there's probably nothing we're going to say that they haven't heard before, so don't feel like they do this. So they go to different schools. So, they kind of probably hear a similar story of things. So, just be truthful with them. Just tell them the pros and cons. Obviously, we want you to be optimistic because, that energy will be will come through the Zoom. So, just be honest on, the positives. And, again, if there are negatives, express it to them. It won't be the first time they've heard that, but they're looking specifically for us to how do we deal with it, right? Because there are negatives. There's always negatives, but how do we deal with it? How do we change? How do we collaborate? How do we communicate? So I don't feel like it's just on one of you. You like, again, Anne may have a good experience and Leah a good experience, but somebody else may say, well, mine wasn't the same. We know that. So again, just expressing it to them. And, it's not necessarily specific to our program, but how we deal with it is specific to our program. Great. And I think JLA starts in a week or two. So, okay. That's why
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
haven't
ask.
started yet.
Right.
I have no input.
Right. Okay. Again, any questions for us? Again, I'll just emphasize what Dr. White said, CC, Dr. White or me, if there's anything pressing, you ladies have me for, the class. So I'm going to start posting some more stuff to Moodle, some screencasts as of tomorrow, just to help you out, give you like more specific things as a group. But if you need anything immediately, you could always reach out to us. But if it's for Dr. Simmons, CC us.
All right. Well, enjoy
Right.
the rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and for
Thanks.
most of you, enjoy your third week upcoming.